דיוויד, שלום.
שלום.
עברית או אנגלית? איך נדבר? או גם וגם?
גם וגם, למה לא?
גם וגם. בוא נלך קצת אחורה, לפני ישראל. אתה בא מבית יהודי,
כן.
מסורתי אפילו.
We started out very dati and kind of strayed away from it for a while and then went back to it full force. And my great-grandfather was the cantor in the Gera Beis Medrash in Jerusalem for many years. He's who they say I get my voice from. Because I love my grandfather, may he rest in peace, and I love my father to death, but they can't quite sing the same way. So.
Would you say that some of your first music experience actually was in a show, in a synagogue?
It was. It was actually at Shulchan Shabbat.
בקידוש.
כן, קידוש וזמירות.
You were not exactly the perfect...
The model...
The model student?
No. Some of the things I did were legitimately bad.
Like? I heard some rumors, you know, I heard it through the grapevine, but
unfortunately...
Blowing up your rabbi's car, is that correct?
Yeah, I plead the Fifth Amendment on that one. Let's just say that when you're in an environment that is so stifling, you're up from 7 in the morning. I started services with everyone else, and I went till 7 at night every day. It was exhausting. No contact with the opposite sex of any kind. Can't see movies, can't watch television, can't read newspapers, for God's sake. Because God forbid you're going to see an advertisement in it with a woman in lingerie or something like that, you know, something scandalous, you know, whatever. So all I wanted to be was a normal teenage kid. So I would set my friends up with dates, with girls that I still knew. And so I was the pimp on campus, right? Or I would smoke weed in the basement and get my friends high, and I was the drug dealer. The thing that I took away from all of it was a tremendous love and appreciation for my heritage. And by the time I was, already at the end of high school and when I was going to yeshiva in Israel at Neve, I was 2 years away from smicha. You know, so I was going to be ordained as a rabbi, but I chose a very different path, and not specifically because of Disturbed right away. Yeah. I'm a pretty bad Jew. I don't practice much of anything, you know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Still a Jew, right?
Pretty secular, but as Jewish as they come, and I wear it on my sleeve and obviously around my neck. סבא שלי היה בהגנה, היה בשטרנגן, ויש לי קשר מאוד חזק למדינת ישראל. הסבתא שלי, היא הייתה, את זוכרת את לאישה?
עדיין יש לאישה.
אוקיי. אז היא הייתה על הקובר, אני אחליף לאנגלית לרגע, as female Israeli soldier holding the Uzi, beautiful תימניה, my הסבתא שלי. אז הקשר לי לארץ ישראל הוא חזק מאוד, ורציתי לעשות קונצרט בארץ כל חיי.
What do you feel about all those hate crimes now, the rising in numbers of hate crimes in the States, I mean all over the world, but also in America?
Terrible. Well, because there's too many people in public that have mainstreamed anti-Semitism, that have made it okay, that have made it socially acceptable. The saddest part is that, particularly with the Arabic sects of the world, is that there are no two people on the face of this planet that are closer in blood lineage than the Arabs and the Jews. We are direct descendants of one another, Yitzchak and Yishmael. You know, and the tragedy that we do not act as family is just devastating.
Have you ever been reached by the BDS?
Oh, they try. They know better. They know where I come from. I've been a big mouth for long enough about my position on Israel. I have 3,000 relatives throughout the state of Israel. I don't need to apologize for anything. If anything, people need to apologize for me for not allowing me into their countries with Israeli stamps on my passport. There's not another citizenship on the face of the planet that is barred entry by 17 different countries. It doesn't exist. Only we get to have that type of treatment. For what?
You're bringing your band to Israel for the first time.
Yes.
You're going to show them around a little bit?
Yes, yes. We have some extensive plans. In fact, I got a whole touring party coming around with me. My wife and I, she's coming up with my son, so she can get to see his Saba and Savta again.
First time for his
No. For him, yes.
For him, yes.
For her, it's going to be her third time. I actually proposed to her in Eilat.
You're going to give the Israeli crowd a bit of your Hebrew?
I am. Yeah. I'm going to try and talk to the crowd as much in Hebrew as I can during the performance. It may not be perfect, but I'm going to do the best I can. And I have some surprises.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Sound of Silence, you know, it reached #1 in Israel as well.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yes, it has.
Awesome.
It was a big deal. I think it exploded all over the world. Why this song? I mean, there are plenty of other classics.
For sure.
Why this one?
The lyrical content alone was so in sync with who we are as a band and where our minds have taken us on more than an occasion. It just made perfect sense that darkness can bring clarity and meaning. That's what the song means to me. It's been an incredible experience being a part of giving that song new life. And, just overwhelmed by how Paul Simon himself responded to it. And just such a humbling experience for him to give us his blessing.
You've probably been asked a lot about this, but there's something missing in your face.
Yeah, thank God.
That's it.
I was getting tired of it, yeah.
You know what, but people went crazy after you took the piercing out.
They did. You'd think God knows. You'd think it was like Samson losing his hair or something, but...
Did they not recognize you anymore?
No, you know what? In a post-Sound of Silence world, after that video, it doesn't matter anymore. People know my face. When I took them off, I was pretty much any other bald guy. I could be Howie Mandel, I could be the dude from Sex and the City, I could be any number of bald guys, Andre Agassi, everybody bald I get compared to. I truly feel that nobody is going to buy or not buy either a record or a ticket for Disturbed because I am or am not wearing the piercing.
In Israel there's a big heavy metal following. Did you know that?
Look, I've been trying to make sure that the rock and the metal bands that come over to Israel over the course of the past number of years have felt good about doing so. There's going to be some loudmouth idiot jerks out there, Roger Waters, who decide to go off their meds and spew all kinds of venom and vernacular to people online, and hang out with a bunch of other anti-Semites that are his friends, and whatever. They can, what they can do.
And the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, that's an amazing thing for sure. I mean, God bless Netta. She's amazing, and she, what that's done is groundbreaking for Israel, and I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.